Hey everybody, welcome to Trailer Jury. I'm Jay.
And I'm Ren.
And we are back with Jurassic Park Rebirth, or Jurassic World Rebirth, or is it just Jurassic Rebirth? It's one of them.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World Rebirth. We did the trailer. Now it's time to look at the movie and compare the two.
Awful.
Yes, I did not like this movie at all.
Yes, I wrote down that it was a very catchy trailer. It was engrossing, and I actually remember being quiet during our trailer review. Like, you were talking and going like, hey, are you still there?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Because I found the trailer to be like really good. For such a good trailer, I fell asleep. I had to rewatch it again at home on through the internet, and I fell asleep again. Like, it was really not great.
No, it looked good though.
Great trailer. Like, you know what? A plus for the editor of the trailer. Good job. But you tricked me. You tricked me good. That was clickbait, like A plus.
For me, I think the trailer was pretty accurate to this movie. I got out of it what I assumed I was going to get out of it.
I guess. I mean, like, all the shots and stuff they showed in the trailer was there. It just moved like drudgingly slow, you know? It looked like there was a story, but there really wasn't.
I didn't mind the pacing. I just minded the story and how unrealistic it was.
Go ahead and explain the story for him, Jay.
Once again, we come back to the pharmaceutical companies, which of course is what all the Jurassic Parks and Jurassic Worlds are technically about. And they are looking to get the dinosaur DNA in order to help fight heart disease in humans by finding the largest dinosaurs and getting their DNA. And of course, there's no longer dinosaurs anywhere but on the islands in the equator belt because they all just died. I can't even remember why all the dinosaurs were dying in like the northern and southern continents. I can't remember.
I don't know if they're like dying, because I feel like they mentioned in the movie there's still like dinosaurs in like walking around New York or something.
Oh no, they all dropped dead.
They all dropped dead?
All the ones outside of like the islands in the equator dropped dead. They all died.
Is that part of this movie?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I really just could not keep up with it.
That was at the very beginning of the movie. The guy was stuck in traffic because there was a huge dinosaur dead, which technically he could have gotten the DNA from that dinosaur because it's damn near the same dinosaur that they had to get.
I thought it was more because like they were too small on the mainland and they just needed the biggest and oldest. And
well, they were definitely looking for the biggest. And so this pharmaceutical company decides to pay these mercenaries to go and collect these dinosaur DNA. Essentially, a treaty has been made around the world to ban everybody from going to these islands, which is kind of dumb because you would think that there would still be like research centers there that you could access. Like, why would you stop researching the dinosaurs and like monitoring their behavior? We still do that with regular animals today. You know, we're tracking them, we're following them, we're documenting them. We've been doing it for fucking centuries.
this place was abandoned. They like every research center, everything was just abandoned.
But it wasn't abandoned. The dinosaurs like tore it up, right? That was the whole thing. That big monstrosity of a dinosaur fucked everybody over.
So then maybe that's why they stopped observing on the island.
They went there thinking that that place still existed, or maybe they're not, or maybe I'm misremembering there for a second. But the pharmaceutical company guy pays these guys a shit ton of money. They roll in 8 deep, maybe. If you're spending a lot of money, hire more people with better gear, not 8 mercenaries. You're going to fucking die.
I mean, you did bring that up in the trailer, and yeah, that's exactly what it was. They were just like 8 people, and they just did get torn the fuck up.
Yeah, they instantly got outnumbered before they even hit land.
And then they shoehorned in that family. I mean, it almost felt like 2 movies playing at once, like a family trapped on the island then these research mercenaries doing their thing. And the two stories played out in parallel, and it was distracting. Like, I couldn't really focus on one story or the other. They kind of just, like, stitched it together at the start and at the end, but it literally played out as, like, two movies.
I would have probably liked the story of just the family trying to survive better. It's closer to the original with like Grant and the kids going through the forest, and that's the part I liked about the original. And I think that's where they should have left it, not these dumb mercenaries who are supposed to be really good at their jobs but are making really dumb decisions.
Yeah, if they had just figured out a good reason for the family to have been there, that would have been like a better movie.
But like they could have done it more where like, you know, maybe the mosasaur dragged them closer to the island.
Yeah, if that was just wrote better into a plot and that was just the movie, would have been better than like... Yeah, it had like two introductions. It had the introductions with the pharmaceutical company and the mercenaries. Then it just cuts to like another opener with like the family getting lost and attacked by the dinosaur.
I like to think that they also made some pretty dumb decisions as well. Like, hey, let's drag this raft across this dock next to a sleeping T-Rex and wake him up. But this is what we talked about in our trailer review. This was kind of my guess of what was going on. In the trailer review, I talked about like the reason why they went to the island, the reason why they needed the dinosaur DNA. And my guess was because they were fucking with the genetics of all our food, because that was kind of the premise of the last Jurassic World movie. And I figured maybe if they fucked up the food then fucked up the DNA of the humans. So they needed some dino DNA in order to fix the humans. I wasn't far off.
No, and that would have made like maybe a bit more sense instead of just being like heart disease is cured by dinosaurs, which is just as ridiculous as like the food thing, but that would have been more plausible in the story universe.
Here's my thing. Why would you attempt to get dinosaur DNA, go to this island that's very dangerous where people will die because you're dealing with dinosaurs, when there's a much better solution? Cloning. Have you ever seen the movie The Island with Scarlett Johansson? Where they're clones and they're used for body pieces?
Yeah.
Why not do that? They can already clone people. All the dinosaurs are clones.
I mean, at that point, it would just be like franchising into a new series.
Yeah, but it's a much smarter plan. Like in the second Jurassic World movie, you already have a full human clone.
At that point, like what you're describing, it's not even Jurassic anymore. It's just like Clones, the movie. Which brings me back to should have just stuck with the fucking family.
Yeah, then they should have.
And that would have been a much more better like movie. And because like here's the problem with the movie, like it just felt like we were walking through the movie. I didn't really feel any high stakes of any sort. I didn't feel any tension. It almost felt like we were at a theme park.
Yeah, I didn't care for any of the characters at all.
No, and it was just big budget scenes. We were just kind of going through the motions, kind of just walking through the movie, and then it ended. And it was like, yep, that was the ride. But I didn't really feel engrossed or like the story had any deep stakes. I wasn't invested in these characters because they were two fucking movies playing at the same time. You did not give me time to focus on either. Like, I fell asleep twice. What a waste of time.
I just found that the story didn't make sense for the universe that they built. Like, the story doesn't fit into that universe, essentially. So it's like they forgot what has happened in all the other movies, and they just came up with something random. And the themes of the movie didn't make sense. You got this family who's trying to survive. You have these guys who are trying to get dino DNA for this heart disease cure, and then you have the horror movie aspect of it. Like, what was the point of the horror stuff other than to just be horror things because they don't know where to go? That didn't tie into any other part of the story. Like, it was pointless.
And like, I'm not a big fan of the Chris Pratt films, but these look so much better. I mean, those look so much better than this.
I'll give it to them. The water sequence where the family's going down the river, fucking shot amazingly. Did you know the dad's arms were CG?
No.
Because he was wearing a wetsuit, like a full wetsuit. So they had to paint that out, right? So his arms were fake arms.
Oh.
So they did the CG in this movie. I'll give it to them. Fucking looked amazing for all the other stuff.
The shots were good. It was like I said, like a theme park. Like you were going through this like Jurassic World. Tudum, tsh. But there was just no substance to it.
I did say I didn't like the characters. I definitely didn't like the boyfriend at the start, but at the end, I'm like, this is the best character out of all of them.
Yeah, he grew on me.
He really turned it around, and he was the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Like I said, if you just focused on the family and made like a different movie, it could have been like more interesting, higher stakes without the guns, you know? And like the Black Army guy sacrificing himself for the family. And then they're like, we're not going to kill the black guy at the end of the movie. And he was just alive. He was fine.
How did he survive?
I don't know. He was being chased down by the biggest, baddest dinosaur. And then they just was like, no, he's fine.
Yeah, I didn't like how they did that, though. I'm like, the movie's supposed to be about dinosaurs and like messing around with the natural world. And you just put giant mutant creatures in it.
It didn't make sense that he was alive, but it would have also been shitty to have killed him because that scene was just so shoehorned. Like it was the last 3 minutes of the film. Nothing really built up to it.
I hate to say this because I hated Jurassic World so much. But when they're talking about where everyone has seen a dinosaur, and that's why they're creating the Indominus Rex, is because everybody's seen a dinosaur and the wow factor is disappearing.
While year-over-year revenue continues to climb, operating costs are higher than ever. Our shareholders have been patient, but let's be honest, no one's impressed by a dinosaur anymore. 20 years ago, de-extinction was right up there with magic. These days, kids look at a stegosaurus like an elephant from the city zoo. That doesn't mean asset development is falling behind. Our DNA excavators discover new species every year, but consumers want them bigger, louder, more teeth.
This movie is a parody of that. They made these other dinosaurs because everyone's seen dinosaurs, so they parodied themselves with this. They made that comment in Jurassic World, and then it came true in Jurassic Rebirth.
Full circle. Yeah.
It came full circle. The plot point of that movie became real world, and I hate it.
The other problem with this movie is they couldn't really pick which lane they were going in, and I'm guessing it's because it's part of a franchise. Like, you know, another like piece of turd is coming down the crapper like any second now. That's why it feels like half these movies are just giant commercials for the next big commercial for the next big commercial. It wasn't a good plot, and I feel like that's partially because it was building up to something else we're going to see down the road. But we might not see it down the road because this was like not a fun movie to watch. And I hate that we live in that world of like dog trash movies in hopes of making sequels that never get made because the first one didn't do well. And it's just this vicious circle of like crap.
It's a bunch of people with the money who don't know anything about filmmaking and be like, hey, these movies made money, let's make another one. But they don't know why they made money.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have movies being made by committee. You shouldn't have movies being made by people who don't make movies.
That's a perfect way to describe it. This feels like they made this movie for the sake of making this movie. And that goes for like a lot of the films we've seen recently. Karate Kid, like a lot of these were just like not really fun movies. They weren't sure if they were for like millennials or Gen Zers. They can't pick a lane, so it's all over the place. And the fucking names. Oh my God. Like, they all had insane names, like Predator, Badlands, Jurassic World Rebirth, Karate Kid, Bloodlines? No, that's Final Destination. Like, they were all just a hodgepodge of, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this movie is supposed to be called. I don't know who it's for. All of them feel like movies that were made for the sake of being made. Like you said, it's not like art being made. It's not like a film being made where it has a story and a plot and characters that drive the story forward. Nope, it's just being like, we got to do it.
This has happened before. The exact same thing happened before. I can't remember which decade it was, but essentially when movies became popular and started making money, this is like the early days of movies, but they started doing the same thing where essentially they were just trying to put out as much things as possible, and the quality just dropped hard. And I think this is the era that we're in right now, is where it's just the movies are getting worse and worse and worse, and eventually the industry is just going to crash and it's going to have to reinvent itself again, essentially.
It was like good movies, good brand names, followed by just squeezing the shit out of it sequels. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. A lot of these films that were like amazing, horror especially, had the dog turdiest sequels.
Like raw poop, human poop, raccoon poop.
Yeah, it's a big money grab.
Yeah, and yeah, we seem to be in some advent of that all over again. I hate to say it, like a lot of the movies we've seen, I didn't enjoy.
But at least with this one, for me personally anyways, I think the trailer represented what the movie was going to be. Like, you watch the trailer and you're like, yeah, that's the type of movie we're going to get.
Just so you guys don't think we're haters, eventually we're going to do Happy Gilmore, and I did enjoy that. I'm just throwing that out there as a foreshadow. It's not like all movies, because I also feel guilty being like every movie sucks. I don't want to be that guy. And Happy Gilmore was not a smart movie.
We'll save that. We'll save that for the actual episode. I can't bash on the trailer because it did its job. It gave us exactly what we were promised, which was crap.
But it just feels silly for me at this point to go like 8 for 8 movies where I'm like, gee golly, this trailer looks good. And then I watch the movie and I'm like, actually, I hated it. And like, it just feels like a pattern.
But the trailer, it didn't make the movie look good.
It did for me. I don't know. I thought it would have more substance. Like, even rewatching the trailer now, if it was fleshed out a bit more, right? But it wasn't. It was this. 2 half movies, so really not full character development.
So you liked the trailer, and you thought the movie was going to be decent, or at least hoped, and you didn't like it.
Yeah, I feel like I was catfished. Like, the pictures looked good. I was down to go see it. I went there. I'm like, hey, you're not the girl in the pictures.
We are going to put Jurassic Rebirth on our list of trailers that lied. We'll put it half on. I think we got exactly what we were promised. Ren thinks it lied to us, so we're going to put it on the list. We're going to put it half on the list. I'm going to half stamp this as a deceitful trailer, I guess. I didn't plan for a situation where it turned out like this.
I'm into this idea.
It's being sentenced to the list, the shame list.
Yes, and this one definitely feels like it's guilty of something.
Yeah.
Like, not the girl in the picture, all right? That's all I'm saying.
So that's Jurassic Rebirth, sentenced to the shame list.
Shameless, I like that too.
Tell us what you think. Did the trailer lie to you? Did you get out of Jurassic Rebirth what you thought you were going to get out? Let us know in the comments.
Scarlett Johansson still looks good.
Always.
But she wasn't enough to keep me engrossed in the movie. I'm sorry, Scarlett. Like, I tried, but this was such a bad film. Yep, leave it in the comments. Tell us what you think.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.